Lovely viewers, once again, we are looking at English language, and today our focus is on double negative. Now, what do we mean by double negative? We have quite an example on the board. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 examples of what you call double negative in English language, or if you like, in sentences in English language. Now, when you have double negative, it means that you have two words that are brought together, and these two words are negative. So two negative words brought together to form a sentence is what we call what? Double negative. In literature, we have what we call litters. Some will call it litters, of course, and now. So this word, we have two negatives brought together to form a positive. So someone can say that, oh, Ronaldo to score 8 goals in just 5 matches for El Nassr is a no mean achievement. Now, the point here is that we have no, which is a negative word. Then we also have mean, which is also a negative word. So if we say that Ronaldo's performance or whatever he did is no mean achievement, then the no here is negative. Mean here is also negative. The two together gives you positive. Mathematically, 1 times 1 or something times something gives you what? Negative times negative will give you positive. So if you have this times this one, it gives you positive. So instead of saying that it is of no mean achievement, you can say that it is a great achievement. So the two negatives combining gives you synonymously to give you what? Great. And that is about litters. Somebody can say that, oh, this soup is not bad. I've tasted someone's soup, maybe my wife's food or the soup. I've tasted and I said, wow, this meal is not bad. So not is negative, bad is negative. The two together will give me what? If I time the two, it will give me what? It will give me what? It is, if you like, delectable. It is yummy. It's delicious. So instead of delicious, I use what? Not bad. That is in literature and it's acceptable. But when we come to grammar, these sentences are of two negatives, but they are unacceptable. Why are they so? Let's start with Messi. Messi doesn't scarcely miss a penalty. If you look at this sentence very well, you realize that we have two negatives here. One is doesn't. The other is what? Scarcely. So these two words are negatives. And you would think that they mean, or if you like, they are correct, because we have no mean and it is great, or not bad and it is delicious. But here, it is unacceptable. Messi doesn't scarcely miss a chance. Two negatives. What do you say? When you have a situation like this, you take this one out, the scarcely out. So it becomes Messi doesn't miss a penalty. It makes sense. Or you can maintain scarcely and then make this word es. So we take this one out and it becomes Messi scarcely misses a penalty. Of course, concord. You can say Messi scarcely miss a penalty because you have a singular subject and it must agree with a singular verb. A singular verb takes s or the es depending on the word. So Muhammad travels outside. Nanado comes to Ghana. Angela Merkel does well for Germany. Does. You can say Angela Merkel do. That is not grammar. So Messi doesn't scarcely miss a penalty. It is what? Double negative. It's wrong. So you maintain this one and say that Messi doesn't miss a penalty. That's correct. Or Messi, you take this one out, scarcely misses a penalty. And that is that. So you don't use the two. When you do that, it's grammatically wrong. We also have the second one. We didn't take nothing home. A number of people say these things. We didn't take nothing home. What are the two negatives here? Didn't, and that of what? Not. Sorry, nothing. This is a contraction of what? Did and not. So did and not gives us didn't. And of course, it becomes negative. So we didn't take nothing home. Maybe our chef, we are at work and something is missing. And when he comes and he asks, who took it? Oh, I didn't take anything home. Someone will say the same thing. So we didn't take nothing home. This is unacceptable because this is a negative word. That's a negative word. So what do we say? We didn't take. So you change this nothing to become what? Anything. So when you have nothing in the statement and you have didn't or a contracted word, you take the nothing out and replace it with what? Anything. That is why we have that here. So we didn't take anything home, not didn't take nothing. My problem with people who say this one, Bema pa no now, no say, oh, me, I don't fear nothing. And who can say, what do you intend people to tell you? You may take slap, whap, and then you are gone. I don't fear nothing. Somebody says, I don't fear nothing. When you do that, this is a negative word. That's another negative word. So I don't fear anything. I don't fear anything. Or I fear nothing. You can still maintain the nothing and take this one out. And it becomes I fear nothing. Or I don't fear anything. So please, those of you who have been doing that, we beg you. Yes, Remo. Alright. So that is about that. We also have the next one, which is the D. Ruben Loftus-Cheek couldn't barely control the ball. I have problem with this man called Graham Potter. I mean, you have a number of midfielders in the bench. And this guy who hardly have just one, how do you call it, one control. I have never seen him control ball for just once. You give him pass, he wants to do everything before he gives a pass. But no. Look at N'Golo Kante. He gets the ball, he's surging forward. He doesn't have time for any, how do you call it, he doesn't have time for any mediocrity or any dribbling. He doesn't have that time at all. He takes the ball and is going. So a Chelsea fan who was angry said this. Ruben Loftus-Cheek couldn't barely control the ball. That means they gave him a pass and he lost it for someone and they went to what? To score Chelsea. So this person was angry. Maybe because of the anger made him say something like that. But the point is you can have couldn't and barely. Just like doesn't and scarcely. You maintain one. What do you say? Ruben couldn't control the ball. That's correct. Or Ruben barely controlled the ball, because we are talking about the past tense. So Ruben barely controlled the ball. Or Ruben couldn't control the ball. And that is it. You can say couldn't and barely. We also have he couldn't barely tell the truth. We have many politicians in Africa who don't tell the truth. No wonder Putin said that Africa is what? It's a cemetery. It's a bit metaphorical, but if you think about it, it makes sense. It is not metaphorical in my view. It is, if you like, paradoxical. It's a paradox. A paradox is a statement that when you hear it for the first time, it doesn't make sense. But when you think about it deeply, it contains an amount of truth. And what is the truth here? A politician gets money in Africa. He sends his children abroad. When he's sick, we have doctors in Ghana. We have doctors in Nigeria. We have doctors in South Africa. They don't like those ones. They send them to Europe. Send all their children to America and Europe to school. Go to Europe to tour. Yet when they die, they bring them back to Africa to bury them. So why is it wrong for Putin to say that Africa is cemetery? He's right. That is just by the way. The point is that he couldn't barely tell the truth. The politician couldn't barely tell the truth. We have couldn't and barely. Grammatically unacceptable. Two negatives. So what do? He couldn't tell the truth. That's correct. Or he barely tells the truth. Alright, so you either say he couldn't tell the truth or he barely tells the truth. The last one is, haven't you never seen a football match? Just imagine. There are many ladies out there who don't like football. But I tell you that ladies who like football or ladies who are into football are making billions of dollars in football. And so ladies out there who meet them in football. Into the football being caution. So now you easily get a chance and enter sports, become a how do you call it? Commentator, or if you like, a reporter or something. Just imagine that Nana Banamwa and they say she's a reporter for Sky Sports. I mean, just imagine. Juliette Ibrahim in 2017 when she was speaking French together with one man from, I think, South Africa. And the two of them were co-hosting, I think, the program. It was beautiful. I thought that after that, I'll hear that Juliette Ibrahim is working for, let's say, Sky Sports or ESPN, and I don't know what happened to that talent. She could do that. I believe she can take up that as one of her, if you like, her responsibility or her duties or as a job. That is just by the way. The point is that you can say, haven't you never seen a soccer match? What do you say? Haven't you ever? So if you have haven't already or any of the contracted words, you don't use never, never. You use what? Ever. So haven't you ever seen a soccer match? So when you have this one, it turns to what? This. And then the rest. So this is what we call double negative. From today forward, please Never say that I don't fear nothing. When you say that, we will arrest you. Thank you.